Okay, for example 3, you've got two forces, P and Q, both acting at funny angles, and it asks us to work out the magnitude and direction of the resultant force. So from our Year 12 mechanics work, we know that if we want to find out the magnitude and the direction of a resultant force, all we need to do is find out what the force is in the I direction, what it is in the J direction, and then we can use Pythagoras to get the magnitude, and we can use some basic SOHCAHTOA to get this angle theta there. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to resolve them together to the right, I'm going to resolve them upwards, and we're going to see what we get. So I start off by resolving them upwards, and remember that means that up is the positive direction, so you can see that P is definitely pushing it upwards, right? If this is our body, it's having an upwards effect, whereas Q is having a downwards effect. So in the upwards direction, if P is going up, it's going to be positive, and if Q is going down, it's going to be negative, right? Because they're acting against each other. So the first thing we do is we do P, and then it's not acting straight up, it's going across. So if you think about where the upward line would be, and we can see that to get from P to the upward line, we've gone away from the angle of 45, and if we've gone away from the angle of 45, that's going to be sine of 45. That then has minus Q of, again, if we're going to go to the horizontal, we've got to go away. Q will move away to the blue dotted line, so if we're going away, it's going to be sine of the angle, which is 30. Of course, the question tells what P is. It says P is 10 and Q is 8. So 10 sine 45 minus 8 sine 30. Pop that into our calculator. And we have 3.071. Just using a little bit of extra accuracy here just to help me out with the next part of the question to make sure my answer is accurate to three significant figures. So then we're going to resolve to the right. Okay, so if we resolve to the right, we're going to have that this time P will be positive still because it's moving to the right, but actually Q is also dragging it to the right. So both of these forces are acting towards the right. So they'll both be positive this time, and if we look at P, P is moving through the angle and Q is moving through the angle, right? This through 45 and this through 30 to get to the horizontal. So both of these are going to be cos. So all we've got is P, which we said was 10. So it's 10 cos 45, and we're going to add them, and this is 8 cos 30. Pop it into our calculator, and we come out with 13.999. Perfect. So I'm going to put 14 there because I can round it to with quite a bit of accuracy, and it's still 14. So what have we found out? Well, if we go back to my original diagram here, we found out that this is the forces that really is acting, the resultant, which is when you act with both of these forces at the same time, is the same as if we had 14 to the right and 3.071 up. So if I want to find the magnitude of that force, again, it's just going to be Pythagoras, because magnitude is just the size of it regardless of direction. So it's our 14 squared plus 3.071 squared. Right, this is 14.3 newtons. And then the direction, right, well, the direction we're going to use theta, and it will of course be that tan theta is the opposite over the hypotenuse, so 3.071 over 14, which will give me theta equals 12.4 degrees. Now the only thing we have to be a little bit careful about is that 12.4 by itself doesn't mean anything, right? We have to give the direction in a little bit more detail, so we have to say where that's measured from. And you can see by the diagram that I've used is that would be from the horizontal direction to the right. So if we So if we were to write a description, we'd say that the direction is 12.4 degrees above the horizontal right direction. Okay, because obviously a direction of 12.4 means nothing to anyone, so we've got to describe exactly where that force is pushing it. Right, 12.4 above the horizontal right, or we could say above the I direction or the X direction. Either one of those would be absolutely fine for full marks.